Hi all, what I have for today is a box with a fan in it. This is a Krisbow 10-inch wood grain ventilating fan. I bought this fan online because, well, this fan is not exactly common. It is, well, frankly, it is very rare. And I just got it today, so let's unbox it together. Because unboxing a package with box cutters is a bit overrated, I'm going to try a new trick I just learned, which is to open the package with clear packing tape. Let's try it. Oh wow, that actually does work. Okay, let's see what we get here. Well, it's not a fan that is in this box here. I think. What do you think this is? I think this is a rock actually. But oh, you get screws. Okay. Well, there's something solid inside here, so let's pull this out first. Oh jeez. Okay, so it appears that whatever's in here is inside a very dusty carpet, or is it a tablecloth? Who knows? Let's open this up first. Man, it is really dusty. Ooh. Hang on a second. This isn't a Krisbow fan. Well, hang on. One moment, please. Yeah, this isn't a Krisbow ventilating fan. It is a Daiken. Wow, wouldn't you know it? I have a second Daiken now. It looks like it has been used before. Plastics are pretty dirty and scratched up. Actually, first let me deal with whatever this is first. Oh, that's a lot of dust. That's better. I was getting lungfuls of dust from that piece of cloth there. Anyway, yeah, this is a Daiken 10-inch ventilating fan. I have no clue whether this is a 110 or a 220 volt fan. We've yet to see it. This, as far as I know, Daiken made variations of the front grille here and put it on the same chassis and fan motor configuration. So they had the same body of the fan and same motor plates and everything, but different grills, and they badged them as different variants. Anyway, I forgot what the model number of this is. I have to look it up. Let's look on the inside of the fan. Opening the front cover is easy. Whoa. What is... Well, I need to sort whatever that is out during restoration. The spinner nut isn't busted on this. That's nice to see. Fan blade is, well, comes off no problem. Yeah, this fan has been used before. As you can see, it is a bit, well, not a bit, but very dusty. It's caked on there. as far as the motor goes, I have a feeling that this motor is a bit different than the motor in my other Daiken. Actually, let me get that one for a second. Right, here's my other Daiken. This is a 110 volt fan, I have proven that. And let's see what the motor looks like. Since that show and tell video I made, I have glued the spinner nut in place, so it works now. Hang on, the blades are stuck. 1 second. There we are. Now, as you can see, the plastic body of these fans are exactly the same, but the motors aren't. This fan here, if I remember correctly, this has a ball bearing motor, so the front and rear have ball bearings instead of bushings. Has a pretty big groove around here. Well, this motor looks like it is a sleeve bearing motor. Oh, and it is a bit stiff. The front motor shell is pretty much flat. The only indentation is to hold the bushing so it centers. Oh, also there's a capacitor here where there isn't here. Let's see what the value is of the capacitor. It is a 0.68 megafarad made by Shizuki, and it is rated for 480 volts. So that there is a capacitor for a 220 volt fan. Well, I need to do further testing on it to make sure it is indeed a 220 volt fan, or if it is actually a 110 volt fan. Let's see. Yeah, it is very dirty inside. A lot of what looks like calcium buildup. Oh, yeah, the motor frame here is broken on the bottom. Well, a quick super glue job should fix it, no problem. But other than those differences, these are basically the same fans. As you can see, the blades are almost exactly the same. There's this like bushing on the center of the blades on the 110 volt fan, the new old stock one, and the one I just bought has the same bushing as well. It's pretty interesting to say the least. Now let's get to this fan. To be honest with you, I didn't get a good look of the listing pictures on the ad when I purchased it. The first picture shows this fan here, and as I've looked at the ad again, the other pictures clearly shows that fan. But this fan has been in my wish list for a while. I first saw this fan when I was a small child in Ace Hardware. This is one of Krisbow's odd experiments, as they have done multiple times. As I have said, this is a woodgrain ventilating fan. But unlike my Sanyo woodgrain ventilating fan that has the hydro dip fake woodgrain front grille, this fan has woodgrain on everything. I mean, The front grille is wood grain. The shroud also has the same pattern, so as the plates and the center nut, which, if you ask me, is very ridiculous, to be honest. For one, no one expects these fans to come with actual wood fan blades and spinner nut. And two, if you turn it on, well, then the wood grain pattern sort of spins and you can't see it anymore. And I'm not sure, but I think that spinning wood grain fan blade and spinner nut would look a bit ridiculous. And actually, if this were a Krisbow wood grain ventilating fan, it would look something like this. So yeah, the only reason I would love to have this fan in my collection is because it is ridiculous and it is also uncommon. But back to this fan. Actually, let's give it a test run. Okay, so because I have no idea whether this is a 110 or a 220 volt fan, I'm going to be safe and first plug it in on a 110 volt socket, as you can see back there. Let's turn the power supply on. And it works. I have dropped a couple of drops of oil on the bushings and it is a bit free now. And I don't think it is spinning as fast as it should. So let's pop it into 220 volts. Now I'm going to be brief with this testing, so here goes nothing. That's interesting, hang on. So if the capacitor is to be believed, this is indeed a 220 volt fan. Let's give it a full test. Oh, hang on, the pull cord is very stiff. Here we go. There's exhaust, and again, this is on 220 volts. It is spinning at the same RPM as that fan does on its rated voltage, which is 110 volts. It's moving a pretty good amount of air. Let's try intake. Oh, still a bit seized. It spins a lot slower on intake, which is the characteristic of these Daiken fans. So it's pretty normal. Let's turn it off. Yeah, the bearings need a bit of work. Well, there you have it. What I thought was a Krisbow ventilating fan turned out to be an old Japanese Daiken. It's pretty interesting. Well, thank you for watching then, and take care.